to the PNAX Report.
PNAX Report.
PNAX Report.
The PNAX Report.
PNAX Report.
PNAX Report.
Live, only on PNAX TV.
Okay, so once again, a very big welcome to PNAX TV. Today, the 26th of February 2023, happens to be the day that most Nigerian voters are going to the polls, and experts are saying that this is the most tense election in Nigerian history. Now, the reason why experts believe that this is the most tense election in Nigerian history is because for the first time we are having a third party, which is different from the usual two-party system we know here in US and even in Ghana, because in US we have the Democratic Party and also we have the Republican Party. In Ghana we have MPP, NDC. In Nigeria we have PDP and APC. But for the first time, we cannot say PDP, APC, and the rest of those small political parties. Now we will have APC, PDP, and Labour Party because someone has risen. There's a new gentleman in town, and people believe he is going to take the wheels of this particular country today. And even as Nigeria prepares to have started mentioning the results and started, revealing and announcing the results from this particular Sunday evening, Monday dawn till Monday morning and afternoon, it is believed that Peter Obi might be the president of the Republic, the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But this news might not go too well because the results ticking in perhaps is rather disappointing because Mr. Tinubu and also Mr. Atiku, they are the two people who are currently leading, but people are saying that all hope is not lost because the whole thing that is coming, the figures which is coming in, there's more figures from the south which is coming in, where the man has a lot of support from the Christians in the south and also the youth. Just watch out. Now, for us to understand this whole thing, first of all, we have to look at the profiles of each candidate, those standing for each political party in Nigeria, this particular Nigerian election. We can't look at all of them. We just take a look at the big three and also take a look at the results we are getting so far, which experts believe that this particular results or expected results is what is going to perhaps propel the next winner, or it is believed that whoever wins this particular expected results, the early polls shows he is the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So that is it. Now, for us to understand this whole thing, when you go to Nigeria, there's an autonomous body which takes charge of election-related materials and all election all the organization of election materials, organizing election materials or election-related stuff in Nigeria is being organized by INEC. It is being organized by INEC. So those watching me, someone will ask me, okay, what is INEC? What is INEC? Now, INEC basically stands for the INEC basically stands for the Independent National Electoral Commission, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC or INEC, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Now, this particular organization was established way back in 1999 by the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and it was basically meant or organized or perhaps brought into being, among other things, to organize elections and look into election-related stuff. So they are the people who are collating the results, and very soon they will announce the winner of this particular election results. So as I said earlier, we need to take a look at the profiles. Now, the first gentleman who will be considered, his picture is on the screen. His name is Mr. Bola Tinubu. Now, if you've been to Lagos before, between the 1999 or the late 90s to somewhere around 2006-7, you should know this man, because this man was a Lagos governor, a Lagos state governor, and he mostly is credited for shaping Lagos into what it is today. He helped, formulate a whole lot of things which has made Lagos one of the most biggest and vibrant and fastest growing cities in the world currently, and even in Nigeria currently. Now, he today is standing for president, and then according to the portfolio that we are getting in regards to Mr. Bola Tinubu, his real age that we are getting is he's 70 years of age. He's 70 years of age, and the party that this particular man, I don't know if I should use the word young man or not, but he wants to regard himself a young man. So the party that this particular man is standing for is the APC. The APC is one of the most vibrant political parties in Nigeria. The APC is one of the most vibrant political parties in Nigeria. And Mr. Bola Tinubu, he is standing for the APC. So the APC basically means that All Progressive Party. All Progressive Party. If you don't know what APC means All Progressive Party, and he is standing for the president. And before we move on to the next candidate, this particular man has also been mad or been accused of being a corrupt person. But according when they question him, many corrupt deeds that were affiliated to him, and people believe he's done a whole lot of corrupt stuff. When they questioned him, he said that all of these things, as always, is propaganda, and these are accusations from his opponents to kind of distort his political ambition. You know, the usual theme of African leaders, and that is exactly what we are having. So yes, it's expected currently the results coming in suggest that he's the person who's currently leading, and he may be the next president of Nigeria if the results continue to go this way for him. So the next person that we'll be looking at is Mr. Peter Obi. This is the man who is supposed to be the president of Nigeria. But you see, we don't like the truth. You don't like the truth. We don't like the truth. And this it's sad. It's sad. But trust me, times are coming and things will change, because he's young. His age is 61 years, and he has more years ahead of him. So that is it. So Mr. Peter Obi, this man happened to be part of the PDP, yes, the progressive, the People Democratic Party. He happened to be a part of them, but then he left his post, and then he said no, it's time for him to take the wheels of Nigeria and turn it for good. And according to experts, they believe that this particular man has the support of almost 90% of Nigerian youth, which I am part. I'm proudly an obedient fan. Yes. So those who are following Peter Obi, there's a name we've coined for ourselves: obedience. Yes. So he also is not just any person. He's a businessman, a successful businessman, and he also served as a governor of the southeastern Anambra State from 2006 to 2014. And people believe that this man is the next person who should be the president of Nigeria. But let's see what will happen. And he's, as I said earlier on, he's getting a lot of support from the youth, celebrities, and also people, Christians in the South, Christians in the South, and people believe that he could win. But other people also believe that even though he's a viable candidate, voting for him will just mean a waste of time, because the whole thing has to do with two political systems, either PDP or APC. And unfortunately, he is not part of them. Now, this particular man, as I said, he was previously in the political party called the PDP, but now he is in the now new political party, which is the Labour Party, as you can see on the screen. So that is it. Now, the other candidates that we will be looking at is Mr. Atiku Abubakar. Now, if you're a person who follows Nigeria's, even if you're not a Nigerian, you follow Nigerian political landscape, and you know their leaders, you are familiar with faces, you should have seen this man before, because this man is not just any person. He happened to be a vice president, I believe, during the days of Obasanjo, and he's paid his dues well. But then at the age of 76, 4 years more for him to be 80, he believes he still has what it takes to be the president of Nigeria. So old, but he believes his brains is not old. His brains is more like wine. The older it gets, the sweeter and better it becomes. So he believes that now is the time for him to be the president, or take on the roles of the president. And the funny thing is, he has stand for president almost 5 times, which he lost, but I believe that now is the time for him to win. And perhaps the wheels of power could change in his favor. Sorry to chip this in. If Peter Obi fails to make it, because now we understand Tinubu and Atiku are taking the lead. If he fails to make it and he enters a runoff, what Atiku should do is say, hey, Peter Obi, you are a good person. You were recently in the PDP and you left for the Labour Party. Please be my advice. Please be my advice. So what will happen is that he's going to get all the backing of all the people who voted for him in the Labour Party. They will now come and join at the PDP, and perhaps it can start from being a vice president, then it will move on. Maybe if he finishes his term, he can take over or something like that. But let's see how this one goes. So this particular man, the political party that he is affiliated to, the political party that he is affiliated to, as you can see on the screens, is the People Democratic Party. The People Democratic Party. And as I said earlier on, the results which are coming in today indicates that the winner or the likely winner of this whole election is going to be Mr. Tinubu. Unfortunately, that is exactly what may or will happen, because experts believe that Nigeria is still hinged on the two-party system. The youth want change. They want a third person, but unfortunately the old folks or the millennials or our mothers and fathers, they still are into the PDP, the APC stuff. So even if a fraction of them will have supported Mr. Peter Obi, I believe he is an anti-corrupt person. Amongst all of these three people, he's the only person who have not been accused of any corruption or corrupt practices and this. I mean, you just can't provide evidence, because he won't even allow himself to go to be corrupt. No, he's a successful businessman. He respects himself, and he's a very a person. I mean, all the good words I used to describe him, but unfortunately, the elections is not going on as intended. People are saying it's being stolen, it's being ridiculed or rigged, and a whole lot of things, but we have no evidence, so we can't back those things. So this is exactly what is really happening. We are following this particular development. We we hope that perhaps something will be done. So we'll be going to take a look at the results, the preliminary results which came in, which was announced by INEC in Lagos, of some various states. We'll come back with more updates.
No, Kuna will sit next to me. One second. So where is my own copy of the... Honorable Chairman, INEC, Honorable National Commissioners, Secretary to the Commission, Your Excellencies, the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Your Excellency, the U.S. Ambassador to Nigeria, Chairmen and Secretaries of political parties and their party agents, heads of election observer groups here present, chairmen and chairpersons of electoral commissions of sister African countries here present, members of the diplomatic corps, heads of CSOs and NGOs here present, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Commission, I welcome you all to what I will call the evening session of the collation of presidential results. Please permit me to specially recognize the presence of the British High Commissioner herself, Katrina Lange. You're welcome, Your Excellency. And the U.S. Ambassador to Nigeria, Mary Beth. You're welcome, Your Excellency. On that note, it's my pleasure to invite Honorable Chairman of INEC to please make some remarks and continue your job.
Okay, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to the commencement of collation of election results for the 2023 general election. As I said in my statement, at the opening of the collation center this afternoon, we will be taking the state collation officers for the presidential election, accompanied by the resident electoral commissioners. There is a seat by my left, and there are two chairs there. One is for the REC, the other one is for the state collation officer for the presidential election. I understand that we have the result for Ekiti State. And so it is my pleasure to invite Professor Abayomi Salami, the resident electoral commissioner for Ekiti State, to come forward with the state collation officer for the presidential election. And they should introduce themselves, and then the scope will formally present the result. As he is presenting, we'll also project the result on the screens in this hall. We requested them to send the result on a secure email based on what transpired at the polling units as collated at ward level, local government level, and state level. So you'll all follow with us the collation as announced by the state collation officer for the presidential election. So why the REC Ekiti State? Okay, REC Ekiti and the Vice Chancellor. I think of the Federal University of Health Sciences, Ila Irangun, Osun State. They are not even from the same state. So please come forward, take your seats, introduce yourselves, and formally present the result for Ekiti State. Resident Electoral Commissioner, speak to the microphone, introduce yourself, and let the scope introduce himself before the result is presented.
Thank you, sir. I am Professor Ayobami Salami, the Resident Electoral Commissioner for Ekiti State. And with me is the Collation Officer for the state.
Good evening, all. I am Professor Akim Olawale Lasisi. I am the Vice Chancellor of the Federal University of Earth Sciences, Ilarangun in Osun State, and I am the Presidential Collation Officer for Ekiti State.
Right, scope, please continue.
Okay, sir.
Tell us the number of local governments in the state and the other details, and make your submission thereafter. Please go ahead.
Ekiti State has 16 local governments with total number of registered voters, 987,647. Total number of accredited voters, 315,058. The total number of votes received by the presidential candidates of each of the political parties are as follows. Party A, 69 votes. Party AA, 29 votes. Party AAC, 108 votes. Party ADC, 1,337 votes, 1337. Party ADP, 737 votes, 737. Party APC, 201,494. Party APC, 201,494. Party APGA, APGA, 268 votes. Party APM, 46 votes. Party APP, 91 votes. Party BP, 46 votes. Party LP, 11,397 votes. Party LP, 11,397. Party NNPP, 264 votes. Party NRM, 131 votes. Party PDP, 89,554 votes. Party PDP, 89,554 votes. Party PRP, 48 votes. Party SDP, 2,011 votes. Party SDP, 2011. Party YPP, 81 votes. Party ZLP, 460 votes. Total number of valid votes, 308,171. 308,171. Total number of rejected votes, 6,301. Total number of rejected votes, 6,301. Total vote cast, 314,472. Total vote cast, 314,472.
Okay, thank you very much, Scope. Are there places where election did not hold or cancelled for sundry malpractices?
Yes, sir. There are two places where elections where we had cancellation. The total number of registered voters in the polling unit is 1,786. And the areas, Ekiti local government, Ward 4, polling unit 7, and Ekiti East local government, Ward 7, polling unit 6. The reasons for the cancellation are bypass of beavers and overvoting.
Okay, thank you very much. Have you recorded this on the EC40G?
Yes, sir.
And you are here with the EC40G?
Yes, sir.
As well as the EC8D?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Party agents, any comments, any observations on the presentation? Okay, State Collation Officer, please present the original results to me. Okay, sorry. Question. Please give him the mic.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Dino Melaye, party agent, PDP. I just want to be educated. I have bypass of the beavers responsible for the cancellation. I just want to understand what it means, bypassing beavers. Thank you.
Okay, State Collation Officer.
Yeah. As reported from the local government, there were certain number of voters that were recorded, and they found out that the number recorded for voting was more than what was reported, what was recorded in the beavers, and that was the reason why they reported it as overvoting.
Okay, PDP agent, satisfied? Yeah, express your satisfaction using the microphone so that we hear you.
Satisfied.
Thank you very much. So, State Collation Officer and the
You are
resident.
listening to the PNX Report.
PNX Report. PNX Report.
PNX Report.
PNX Report.
PNX Report.
Live only on PNX TV.